bias. That's the whole point. I mean,
And what I just want to be, you know, Senator Hartley's from the Democratic Party, and a lot of people in the room are you know, from our party. She was the single vote that stopped Governor Malloy's first budget that would have gave us a $1.4 billion tax increase a couple of years ago, and I just want to make sure everybody in the room understands. She had a beautiful plush office, and now she's put in a closet, and she's taking it from her party for her stance.
Good for you.
You know, I just want to make sure everybody knows what's
One
going on.
thing, like I said, there are blue blood Democrats, we welcome them in the fight. You know, we need that support from all sides.
Mhm.
I just publicly want to say thank you to both Tony and to Rob, but, you know, and I understand it's easy to kind of pigeonhole things. I mean, I don't believe it's Republican or Democrat, although I understand you have to direct your comments and advocacy towards, you know, the majority. But, you know, I do believe it's about policy. And I hear you when you talk, just to, not to change the subject, but to go back to the fees and so forth. I chaired the Higher Education Committee, and I lost that chairmanship. It was taken away from me because I would not go along with a bond initiative, which was a $1 billion bond initiative, which was intended for the CSUs of the world, but there was no accountability in it. And so we had an administrator, a head of the whole system, who literally, you know, had done some things which didn't give me a lot of confidence, and there was this big push why you can't not support money for education. And it wasn't about supporting money for education, it was about the accountability and reporting back, and a $1 billion blank check where there was no report back to the legislature, and no strings attached. They didn't have to tell us anything. I couldn't do it. So.
And that was the right decision, Senator. That was the absolute
well,
right decision.
so it's like that, and everybody here, you know, makes decisions like that every day. I just unfortunately had, you know, the opportunity to make some real public ones, and you know, so you know, I don't play poker, so you either do what you believe in and you can defend it, or you can't defend it.
so a quick response. I think what you're going to see from now on is things like this are going to be in the future, and it's not going to be a Republican and a Democrat.
Right.
What it's going to be is do what's right for the people, the state, the country, or you're gone. We're tired. This is not just about guns. It's about $6 billion or $1 trillion deficit from our president. It's about him, which I don't see anybody up in arms about, signing an executive order that you lose some of your First Amendment right around Secret Service. What is that about? Where's the uproar about that? You know, where's the uproar about the woman who the grandmother who killed her 2 children, that was mentally ill? Where's that? I don't see that.
You're not allowed to put it on the news.
You know, so we're tired. We're tired. It's not going to happen. We cannot sustain, locally or federally, deficits. We have never been a country as prosperous enough to pay the debt that we have on a federal level. Never. And we expect all of a sudden we're going to turn around and start paying it. We don't have a tax problem. We have a jobs problem. Jobs are going out of this country at a rate like never before. We're giving China to make all of our electronics, to implant Trojans, to do things to infiltrate us. You guys have to wake up and start fighting. We're not going to do it anymore. It needs to get out to the public. It's all hidden. If you have a problem and we support you, get in front of everybody. We'll go support you. That's what we want. We don't, no more of this, it's under the books, we do it in the 11th hour. No. This emergency task force thing, we don't want it. We want to know what's going to be in the bills. We want to have a chance to speak about it.
Public hearing.
Right.
And that's what we
exactly.
want.
Yeah.
That's the message you need to convey.
Today we're quasi-legalizing people for driver's licenses who are illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them. And at the same time, we're taking law-abiding citizens who, God forbid, have a 30-round magazine, perhaps, and the potential for the police to come to your house and to look around to see what you have. Is this America? What exactly are we doing here? Didn't we have one of the strictest gun laws in the country prior to this incident, which has, God forbid, I could never feel worse for anyone than I do for the families involved in that. But this has been so blown out of proportion since December 14th, and this race to make laws before anything is ever brought out about the whole situation is frankly disgusting. And the news media is a big part of this in plastering it on the TV every day and making every, God forbid, child or adult that has these kind of thoughts want to be the next latest and the greatest. But no, we're going to come after the legal citizens that have pistol permits and rightfully own arms, and we're going to tell them what they can have. Well, I'm sorry, but you're going to make a lot of criminals in this state, and you're going to legalize some aliens. So I'm not sure quite what's going on here, but that's where it's going.
We
Well, I'm
won't be turning them over. You can
No,
come and get them.
it's
one
not gonna
at a
happen.
time, and I'll meet you at the door.
And the law enforcement that I've spoken to said they have no intention of enforcing, going to somebody's house and asking them what they have for weapons.